Good evening, good day. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you're here for this Flag Day special report. I'm calling it When the Music Stopped and the Justice Died, for a great reason. Let me introduce myself. My name is Emma-Elizabeth Stamper. I am with the learning of the postmastery. Yes. But for this broadcast, I will speak with the layman terms for the comprehension of the masses. First, I would like to say that anything that I am with saying on this broadcast this night is with my love and with no intention of causing any harm, for I am not with the harm. I am of the love with a great heart, and I like giving. I like helping people, and I like things that are true. The one thing that I know is true is my American flag. Yes, the Title IV flag for which it stands. And for each child, be it man or woman, that took that oath and served their country under that flag is with high honor for giving of their life for the safeguard of the rest. Oh yeah, let us never forget that. Never. For that is of the cause of my speak my mind this night by my words, with the hope that no one will get up and can take matters into their own hands. But you need to stand and voice your heart and voice your say, and let the ones that are of the cause of the harm know that there are of the brave here in the United States. For the United States of the America is with the great nation. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. It has always been a great nation by the hearts of the people. Yes. Now, for this cause, I am want to say, for this Flag Day special report, it's gonna knock your socks off, or it's going to make you pissed off, or it's going to cause you anger, or it's going to make you do something that you shouldn't do. Instead, take a deep breath and sit back and say to yourself the good words. If this has happened, it has happened to everyone. I am not alone in this, not knowing. So what we will hope of the do is with the stand up and help each other with the kindness and the love that I know each one is born with. So to continue, I want to tell you how I got here. Yes. So I'm going to start speaking more quickly. In 2006, my dad came up to Canada and told me he was dying, and that I had the responsibility of taking care of the estates and getting a hold of my brothers and sister I had no idea I had. And I was do what I would will with that, and he doesn't care. Basically, he does. Well, I'll get into that. I won't share that really. Anyway, he served 10 years in the Air Force, and I am born on an Air Force base. And you could go back to my Memorial Day broadcasts, and you'll see I'm a little shy, but sometimes when I get my heart into gear, I change into a little tiger. hmm And sometimes a potty mouth might come out because I get aggravated. So please have the kids go in the other room, um, and then you tell them what you find. Because what happened to me was right after my dad died in 2012, and how I found out he died, and how I didn't pursue anything because I thought my dad had a great heart from what they were saying. Then on the 5th anniversary of his death in 2017, it was like I went through this porthole and I went back in the past, like a time machine. And that day repeated itself. And I remember every single word and conversation I had. And it came to my mind that I had the wool pulled over my eyes like a veil. Mm-hmm. And I started eyeball, my eyes were like tearing up and I was ready to yeah. And then I jumped up, got online, and I emailed mass email spam to every single lawyer in that state and in the other state where he was. I didn't get any response. So I decided I was going to call my uncle. What a story I got. And I looked into it like he asked me to, because I'm very good at research and I'm a good investigator. And I found some really terrible things. I asked myself, how could I be related to people like this? See, my father was murdered. I found out 3 other people were murdered. I also found out that 2 others may have met with the same fate. And then another one right after my dad. And I linked them all. And I call them 3 witches of the family. You see, I'm not going to be the one to keep the closets closed anymore. Everybody's hiding family secrets in the closets. No. So I decided, after what my dad said, I'm like, I gotta find my brothers and sister. So I asked my older brother and his wife, and they helped me. And his wife is amazing. Yeah, she's beautiful. She's Greek. hmm I asked her if she could help me find my brothers and my sister, and she did. The week before, I had to go to court to obtain the fiduciary for my father's estate, to process a probate, so I could obtain evidence of the crimes that I think were committed against my dad. And the first document I got was a billing. I love billing. It never lies. Oh, frick no. It never lies. Yeah. I put it on a chart. I could see exactly what was going on. And I got some more information. And then how it turns out that she had help, he had help, they had help. So I went down to press charges like a good fiduciary is supposed to. And I met with the kick in the gut, the punch in the face, the slap upside the head, and here, let's take the broom to your ass and push yourself back home. We're not going to help you. I'm like, what? So I couldn't get any help from the police or there. F and B and then the I, and then I couldn't get any of the D and then the A, and I couldn't get any of the S and the H, or sheriff was brilliant in helping me. I'm telling you. So, and I have a witness to that. She knows how hard it was that I tried to file a criminal complaint. I had them come to the hotel room. I even moved hotel rooms thinking, something's going to happen. Nah. I had all the paperwork with me, and it does show exactly what happened, and they still wouldn't do it. And then I finally, when I got home, I called the sheriff again, and I asked him, please, sir, please look into this one particular thing. You can go in and you can get this document because it's open, right? Because I opened it as the fiduciary. Please, sir, it's my duty. You need to check the 911 ambulance call. And I got those documents. Yeah. And they contradict the things that were said by the doctor and by the sister, which is incredible. And these things are documented in boxes inside these medical records. Found other issues that come up with medical facilities and what happens to people when they die. Yeah, that's the biggest rude awakening anyone can get is when you walk into a courthouse and they won't even help you. Go through the process. Then when the process takes you, ring around the rosy in a pocket full of posy, nothing. That's a game they play. I realized I was following a fucking leader. Telling Papa, wait, I didn't learn enough of the law before I got there. I didn't learn judiciary and the presidents they set. Yeah. That's when I came home. I'm like, there's something going on. Something's wrong. That ain't right. They should have hopped on that immediately, especially for the grand theft autos she committed. Yeah, that was the giveaway in the conversation, and that aunt was not supposed to know any of that information. And like I had mentioned in the video for the Memorial Day, I came across some documents that talk about our flag. But first, I want to read something to you. It's a criminal complaint I'm going to file. Yes, I am. Correctly. Mm-hmm. And I am, with apologies of the writing, it is with the correct sentence structure, communication, parsing, syntax, grammar, performance, usury by this postmaster. For the looking at the trim, for the flag boxing by their GPO manual of the styles, are with the writing of the false laws, mandates, and other causes, with the amendments of the changing words, with the linking of the false laws by the change of the value, holding with the spirits and souls of the living and with the dead. For the honors of the nation's flag, and this nation's flag, and for the Constitution and seats of the offices, with the false government usuries of the fake flag, with the no country, and with the no Constitution, or with the gold trim and tassels of the no honor, usury, with the word spellings, and for the non-usury of the correct sentence structure with the prepositional phrase making of a fact, by their knowledge of this usury harm. against the people, properties, nations, traditions, languages, religions, and God, the creators, and the rights given by the grace of the creators, by the freedoms and the liberties written. But this is the filing of the making by this postmaster. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this is because of what's going on with the children. And you will find out soon enough what is going on with the children. I'm going to introduce some things to you first. For the service of the flag is for the man of war, which is a nom de guerre. This is a dead man walking, knowing that being in the military, he might not come home alive. For the trim of the sea is with the service with the calling, when the following of the orders, with the honor of the duty. However, for the wartime flag, using the GPO styles and the manuals that they use on everything, is with the boxing void, making the flag inside of a box, with the void of the honor, with the void of a nation, with the void of a constitution, with the void of the rights, with the void of contract, voiding flag, equal martial law. Mar is ocean. Tal is contract. And law is land, air, water. I'm going to show you. It's on Etsy. You can find everything on Etsy. It's great. The ocean title, yeah. So who is with the control of the waters and the oceans and the airs, with the shipping cargo, and it's a shipping war, right? So the man of war is also equal to the chattel service under contract is with the birth certificate. I didn't write birth certificate. By the child docking on the land and the water through the canal with the live birth by their mother. Yeah. And like I said, you can find it on Etsy. It shows all this documentary, and all you have to do is punch in martial law. And why am I saying martial law? We're in martial law right now because it's a military flag of war that they're flying that has 4 colors: red, white, and blue, with a tassel and a gold trim. And go see my other video. It'll explain to you the call of the honor guard is with the telling of this story. Anyway, to continue, this is a military flag of war under martial law. It says military martial law, law of merchant jurisdiction, not common law or the U.S. Constitution. It says it on Etsy. You can read everything written, okay? But where's my flag? Where's my red, white, and blue that I see all over the place? All over the place. And it doesn't have a yellow trim. But what you see on TV does. Every time you see a broadcast from the White House, press office, or going out and they're using them during their rallies and things of this nature. This isn't the American flag. the real one anyone that I know. And I wanted to know. I really did. What happened to the flag I know? And why did they take the Pledge of Allegiance out of the school? And why did they do all these other things? And I went searching and I went knocking on the doors and I went to open them to find the information. And I did some studying in many areas to find some information. And I put it all together so that I could tell you. The reason why I want to tell you is because I want to safeguard my grandson. And I want to safeguard my kids and their kids. And their kids. You know what I mean? Yeah. So on Etsy it tells you. It'll show you that there's the same flag that's flying, that what I just showed you. And it says down there, this flag with the yellow fringe represents no nation and no constitution. And it has no rights. It's got a gold tassel admiralty, okay? And it's not the official flag of the United States of the America. That does preserve the Constitution, for this is the Title IV flag. The Title IV flag holds the seal of the presidency, the office of the presidency, the offices and seats of office of the House and the Senate. That's what that flag does. It holds all of those seats by federal law. These national flags, they are a little bit of like a box flag, but it doesn't have a gold trim. Those are national flags. But this flag over here, with these things on it, have symbols and representations according to the Title IV flag. And the Title IV flag shows an attachment of the Magna Carta. It's the law of the flag. In maritime law, the law of that nation or country whose flag is flown by a particular vessel. So the vessel flying the American flag is with the people. The vessels flying with the American flag and the gold trim around it are functioning in fictitious conveyance of the language usury under hyphen tilde, under title hyphen tilde 18 hyphen tilde 1001 hyphen tilde 1002 of the Federal Code. It's interesting to see a lot of these things. So the Magna Carta, I'm like, wait a minute. What does the Magna Carta have to do with any of this? Because the Magna Carta is British. So I had to go and look at that. And I did say something about that in my first video on Memorial Day. Yeah. But I will tell you again that the Magna Carta is with lawful rebellion. But this is not something people should use because you're not reading of the correctness, and they took away some information and hid it so you couldn't see it. It's called the Article 61 of the Magna Carta 1215. It's still there. And what it's actually telling people that they can use it for unjust causes You cannot. Because this is a British. And I'm like, what do you mean British? Why is this British? Why am I seeing British attachments to the United States, the land I love, and to my flag? Then I'm looking at Etsy and I'm seeing all this stuff, and I'm coming across other things. This messed me up a lot. So I found some. See, you can see a flag here. Okay, I went around Etsy checking out some stuff, and I found this under corporation. How? With your social insurance number. See that? Attached to British rule by the Magna Carta. And I'm like, how did that happen? Then I came across another document and flipped me out. Because here's my flag over here that I told you, the one that has the yellow fringe around it. For the one that has the yellow fringe around it has no nation and no constitution is attached to this. This is Holy See Admiralty Law rules the world. What? Holy See Admiralty Law rules the world. Go check it out. And on here, it says Admiralty Law, also known as maritime law. What? So how did the Holy See Admiralty Law rule the world? How did it do that? That's the law of the sea. The commerce, fiat, dollar, currency, water banks, control of the flow of dollar, currency, water. There are many laws of the land, but only one law of the sea. The law of the sea, Admiralty Law, has taken over the world through the fiat dollar currency. And I'm reading this, I'm like, that's what's going on with the markets right now. It's going up and down because they keep throwing money in there, keep it up high so you wouldn't know what was going on. And I'm reading all of you could go read this yourself. Go knock on the door, open the find, and you will see it. Okay? The next thing I came across was the Admiralty Law words. And it shows, since the birth certificate, the citizenship, that's the 14th Amendment citizenship right there. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the Constitution. I went to go check out the Constitution. But before I did that, I said, how the heck? This is Roman, and then my seal of, and that says New World Order on the dollar bill, on the seal, Novus Ordo Seclorum. That's New World Order. Yes, I speak several languages. Oh, here's my daily missal with my Latin that I used to, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, so I got messed up big time, let me tell you. Oh, yes, I did. And you know that thing they're talking about with the mind manipulation machines and stuff like that? Well, I was a non-willing participant, and I've been zapped there several times. It doesn't work on me. So stop your bullshit. Anyway, so then I came across this, and I flipped right out. Why? Because, yeah, this is Roman Catholic, by the way. FYI, why would there be Latin in here if it wasn't Roman Catholic? Tell me that. Me explíquete, ¿verdad? I speak English and French and a little Italian as well. Okay, so this one pissed me off a great deal, and I'll tell you why. Because it says over here, Holy Roman Empire. Holy Roman Empire was attached to the Reich. And, excuse me? What else did this on Etsy? It tells you about the first Reich, the second Reich, the third Reich. Okay? And here, this king whatsoever, he's in charge of these guys. Right? These guys are attached to who? And they keep talking about Oxford this and Oxford that and Oxford this and Oxford that. And I got pissed off again. And I explained this to me. And the reason that it kept coming in my head is because when I saw the Constitution, it says a citizen of the United States is civilly dead entity operating as a co-trustee and co-beneficiary of the PCT Public Charitable Trust. The constructive Sestriki Trust of U.S. Inc. under the 14th Amendment, which upholds the debt of the U.S. and the U.S. Inc. Congressional record, June 13th, 1967, pages, these pages through these pages. No, and I'm looking at this, the debt of the USA and U.S. Inc. What the fuck is U.S. Inc.? Not only that, I already know what Sistiki means, and I came across another document that says Sistiki V. Well, that's French. It also could be Italian and Latin. CES is them. TUI is tui, is kill. Qui is who, and the other one is V, lives. So let's kill who lives. This is the name of it. What? There's a trust in that name? Attached to the birth certificates and your social insurance numbers. This is how they write it. This is under the Vatican and under the British. Here's another guy that talks just about that stuff. Go check out his website. But I'm going to tell you about another guy. Here's another guy who talks about the same thing. I'm sorry, I'm shaking. I'm an old lady. Not. You're as old as you are, as your heart is. If you're young and you're young at heart, then you are young. They twisted everything. They did. They twisted everything. And everything you know is wrong. And I'm hoping that I'm going to help you see everything. That's a secret bank number. The British and the Vatican have attached themselves to our flag with the usury of the stealing the livelihood away from the people by their usuries, for the twisting of The tongues is with the usury of the marketing skills by their knowledge of the trickery, the false conveyance of the language usury by their will. They're doing this on purpose for their own cough. 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 Really? Cafefe? Right after that? It's an interesting thing when I come across things and I think of them. I go and research to see. Did my mind just think of that? That's with the gift. So here's the place where you know to go and see. Like I told you, they zap me all the time. Okay? No joke. It's written in your face. Everything. This says CDC documentary. And it does say something like on the bottom is it's right in front of your face. Let's see, what does it say? This story is an exception. It says most conspiracy theories don't hold much merit. But I guess this one does. And I'll tell you what, I was in there for 3 days at the Argyle Institute in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And guess what? I don't remember. I do remember the zaps because they keep trying to do it to me. And they did it to me before I left Canada. And I had to leave so that they wouldn't hurt my kids. Yeah. It's another reason why I left. For the focus of the matters with the start of the life-living baby, for the birth certificates. So that's when I was a little pissed off about my flag, but then I started looking at it again, and I came across a guy who started giving classes about the flag and about the usury of the and his name was David -Win Miller. And I started watching some of his videos, and then I saw him with Russell -J Cool. And I'm listening to all of the videos, and I'm watching this, and I'm seeing David say quite a bit. And he came across to me the first time I laid eyes on him as someone who's a little shady. By the way his ego is being caressed each time he spoke, with an arrogance of a I did this, ha ha ha. And then the reactions by the Russell when he didn't. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What's going on? So I started listening. Each time I would go and learn, because my purpose was for the learning of the correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, performance, usury. So that I could take down these mofos who are trying to pull the wool over our eyes. Yes, I learned law real quick when what happened to my dad. I learned a lot of things prior to that with my career. I've been in many industries. I know a lot of shit. Yeah, I do. It's all up there, stored somewhere. Yeah, when I need it, it just comes right out. Yes, I am native. I'm about, I would say, 80 to 90% born American. Spirit, you call native. And I could prove that too. I traced my family back really far. Yes, I did. And for their honor, because many of them are with the services of that flag, our beautiful flag. When I found out that we were in martial law and we were being taken over by a flag that doesn't have a country or a constitution, I was flipped out a little bit because there wasn't any brave standing up and fighting back about this. They were all sitting back passive. And it just so happens that during the time that it happened, in 2020, when I went down, was when we first had our first scare. And then they started putting darts in us. The darts that God said would never harm us. For any dart or any arrow or anything of the heart will not harm you. But then I saw everybody following the leader, listening to broken records without seeing how they isolated it. I couldn't do it. I tried to tell people. It was bizarre how they were following the leader for the broken record of the marketing tool usury by media. I know about that too. I've been in marketing almost my whole life. It's with a great trickery of the grabbing of the heartstrings to make of the idol worshipping of that matter. Yes, it is. And that has to stop. For that is of the cause of the takeaway of the properties of the people by grabbing of the heartstrings, idol worshipping of products by their usury of the marketing tools and strategies, and for the different tonalities and sounds and of the gestures. How about that one? They do it all the time, especially in rallies. Yes, they do. So I want to tell you about who is actually the guy who safeguarded our country and who is with the bearer of our flag by his safeguard. Okay? And he is with great honor by his great works of the safeguard, with the many writings of the contracts made with the Pentagon, the U.S. SOCOM, and with many who are with the commerce of the Title IV flag and of the many countries of the transactions. However, be the cause of the havoc is with the shipping now by the fake flags and the no contracts of these ships. For the lack of the food and the products of the being sold are with the sea now. Why the each one going shopping? You could tell. Look at the gas. Look at things you're looking for. Half of them come. Half of them don't even show up. Yeah. Now is the time to find out what's going on. I have a question. First, I have a question. What flag are you with following? What flag are you with? Which one do you know? For I know the three colors, the red, white, and the blue. And those are the colors that my family members served under. And those are the colors that they risked their life for. That's the colors that my grandfather died to protect us for. And I am going to be with the honor of the stand-up. And I am hoping that each one will see this broadcast and share it with each one who is in the military. For they are tricking our boys and girls. And they're making our boys and girls kill each other. I know by my looking that many of the videos that were made by David Wynn Miller, I'm going to call him out like that because he decided that he wasn't going to stand up for our flag, and he vacated his position in court in front of many people who took the liberty of safeguarding the audio cassette and our witnesses to him not having the honor and courage for the standing up for our nation and our flag. But there is one person you need to go check. He's a very kind-hearted person. He's very, very kind. He doesn't really look to me like he likes to get angry. It doesn't suit his personality, kind of. I've never met him. I don't personally converse with him, but I am learning his technologies, for I am of the knowledge that they are with the good for the people. I am for the knowledge of that. Yes. So I'm with the hoping that people will go and check his channels out. He calls it thelastflagstanding.com. From there you can get other information. I found the information also on War Castles. You could type in David Wynn Miller and find that he has several videos that he has on YouTube. During these videos, he also has Russell, who is the man who has the fortitude to safeguard our flag and who is the bearer of our flag, who actually is the commander-in-chief of our nation, who holds the seat of office, the seal of our presidency, the seat of that presidency, and the seats of each office. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yeah. Many of his followers and the followers of David know this. And I am with the knowledge that David committed treason against this country by his words speak in his videos of the teachings he gave and of the intellectual properties he handed over to China without the consent of the author maker, who is with the safeguard of that particular intellectual property by the give to the people. Yes, he did. For these are the causes I am with the stand, and I am with the hope that each will go and search and find with the information and check it out for yourself. And if you'd like to have more information, come back and see some of my podcasts that I am going to be making on a regular basis. They are for the helping you with the finding of the true things and for the helping you with the taking down of the veils that are making us all feel like we know we're not supposed to live like this. But my greatest hope is that you will not be of heart with the harm against your fellow mankind. For each one is in the same boat of the not knowing. Be of the great mercy and of the great love. But stand up and take down these jackasses who think that they're ruling over us and who think they're the rulers. Let them know we are going to gain of the knowledge and not play this freaking game of the following the leader. Please like and share my videos. And if you want to give me a hug, you can give it to me on my PayPal account. But know that it's probably going to go to, I don't know, maybe I'll make a greenhouse for the community where I live. It's got a big plot over there where some water is. It's got some brackish water, good for the plants. Yeah. May the great God, Creator, Father and Mother, bless you each one with the love and the peace and the joy of the knowledge and of the knowing that you guys know where you come from. You're brave enough to do this. There you are. We need to come together. We really do. We have to have the same mind because it is a spiritual battle with these words. Because the words attack the mind, but the mind is greater than the matter. So let's all talk and speak each other the good words for ourselves first, for the mercy for ourselves first, then for the mercy for others. And for the ones who are doing these nefarious things that are really, really not of the love, we have to take them down. We take them down with love. There's no need to do it with the harm unless the cause of a fight. And then you need to use them with force, of course. Yeah. But I'm hoping you don't. Anyway, for I bless you each one with a great peace. Peace be with you.